I mean, you don't need it with a 24.
Oh, darn.
26. There we go.
Oh darn, I don't have it. So I guess I
Okay.
don't get to
Okay.
re-roll that.
No.
Tiger, are you rolling for this
For
religion
what?
or investigation?
Sure.
To interpret the mural.
Investigation.
To interpret the mural / altar, yes.
17.
Awesome.
Okay, I don't think you need a
So
1d4.
the two guys, because Dash is
Okay,
going to...
Rose, how about we go on break and you give us a good write-up or description or whatever for the mural for when we get back after you've eaten your food, of course. Because it's 8 o'clock now, which is break time for this episode.
Yeah. Dash, put us on break.
Please.
Please and thank you. everybody. It was a yummy, delicious food for me, and I'm pretty sure everybody else. But we're getting into the investigation and religion checks. I'm going to start with religion because that is the higher of the two. So, your divine knowledge brings clarity to the shrine's dark. The mural depicts a crowned death king embracing a skeleton, their forms merging into a tangle of roots and fungi. This isn't a grim end, it is a sacrificed rite of willing decay, where death is crowned not as defeat, but rebirth as sustenance. The skeletal figure's smile is a symbol of devotional surrender. To let one's flesh feed the soil is considered the highest of honors amongst the followers of this path. The mushrooms erupting from the face and chest are sacred, reverent spores, and they are said to carry the soul into a mycelial afterlife, a kind of collective fungal memory. It radiates a necromantic and transmutation style, and functions as a spiritual conduit. And you know that most likely something like blight, toll of dead, infestation, or other such necrotic spells would be empowered in this area. And creatures who are diseased, poisoned, or corrupted are not shunned by this altar, they are instead welcome. Investigation check. The bones and rotting scraps of cloth around the area that you have noticed are embedded in the fungal carpet, which aren't just carelessly discarded, they were deliberately placed as if they were offerings. Whatever they once were has long since been digested and fused into a living rot at this area, more so than the rest of the temple. The stone beneath the moss reveals a subtle, circular indentation crusted with a dark organic film, perhaps blood, spoiled fluids, or other types of rotted means.
Detritus, debris.
Yep. And the moss reacts to your presence almost imperceptibly, though Victor is known for his perception. Your hand, almost as you brush it, comes away kind of sticky and coated in a faint gray-green residue.
The only thought that you have is, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. No, I shouldn't have done that.
Ew, it's sticky.
That's funny.
I'm not commenting on that.
I know, that's why I said that's funny.
Not like that.
Too many greens in their diets, anyways.
How would you like to
Alright.
tell your party?
So I am confused. What am I supposed to tell my party about? Because I just heard the religion stuff, so I didn't know we were on investigation.
The bones and rotting scraps of cloth are embedded into the fungal carpet as if purposely placed here. This area has spoiled fluids and sacrificial remains, and has a green-gray residue that clings like rot slick.
So we want to call this a nope place, and we're not touching anything here.
Sounds good.
This would be bad. So if anyone has the let's do the bad thing timing, this is not one of those timings.
You're muted.
No, I'm not.
Tasha is.
Oh, thank you. As I was saying, once I realized I was muted. So in other words, if this was Aladdin, someone grab the damn monkey before he touches anything.
Pretty much.
Yep.
To answer that question, Neil, yes, you have the feeling from your gods, and Cosmo has the feeling from the nature's spirits that you tend to somewhat talk to, that this does need to be activated.
Mm.
Now let's go back to what Victor said. This is called the nope place. Keep the bad ideas to yourself.
That's up to your party, if they want to or not.
I know, and that's why Victor was very adamant. Like when he mentioned, this is the nope place. This is really the nope place. Now, if you go do something dumb, please let Victor know before you do anything dumb.
All right.
Victor would like to be at least 100 feet away at the time of the doing of the dumb.
200 is probably a safer.
200 is safer, but might not be available in some location.
I'll accept 150 at that point in time.
Makes sense.
It's a happy medium between 100 and 200. Let's be honest. Now, unless it's
You
a
probably
deck
get to about
save
here.
thing, then, but if it's a deck save thing, 50 feet's
Oh.
still okay because he might still be able to
Oh yes,
survive it.
and Miss Cleric, like I said, you feel as a necromancer. You can tell that this is, yes, a rotted area.
Lovely.
However, you don't feel, for the cleric and for both clerics, that this is a sacrificial area. More, much like the other altar, something to be offered. Be it magic, be it food, be it...
Technically, those are the same thing, because if you're sacrificing something to the altar, that doesn't necessarily mean you're killing something. It just means you're giving something to the altar. So in this case, it seems like to be given something so that it can grow something. So it wants to feed that. So that gift could be a corpse and or something living, or it could be something like a loaf of bread or a trail ration. And if one of us reaches towards our pack and starts grabbing a trail ration to throw at this altar, I feel that there's a rogue that will have a set of knives really close to our internal organs.
Maybe.
Oh dear.
That was Kai in character.
And that's when Victor would say the words maybe.
Maybe.
He's not going to admit to anything.
Of course not. Plausible deniability. Hey, what are you doing in my room? 1 second.
So, what did you choose?
Sorry, I'm not trying to be like that. It's just my connection is deciding that it wants to flip between my Wi-Fi and my 5G, and I hate it. So I just need it explained one more time. So I'm so sorry.
Long story short, this altar is decaying.
Well, I figured that.
And it feels like you need to activate it.
Hmm.
In order to, purify this whole entire temple.
Yeah. No, I get that. Does anyone know how yet, or?
No.
Could be with possible food, probably rotten, spoiled, because there's spoiling food and items on the ground. You could use magic. You could do anything like that. Something that would be necrotic in nature, or decaying in nature.
All
That's what
right.
I'm saying. We toss a trail ration on it, that would become decaying in this area.
I love you, Tasha.
I had to. All right.
So we need something that is of decay in nature, correct?
Correct.
Hey, look, good thing there's a bunch of mushrooms that live off of decay all around here.
I mean,
Oh,
that
yeah.
too. I'm just looking at my spell list right quick.
I don't believe I have any necromantic spells.
Um,
I do.
you do.
I do have a necromancy spell. Well,
Mysteriouser
specifically,
and mysteriouser.
I have Wither and Bloom.
That would technically be one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say yeah. I'd let that happen.
All right. So, Gosimo just kind of step back and goes, "All right. Well, I got something that might help out." As you guys begin to see that any plants within a 10 feet of him begins to wither, shrivel up, and then just kind of die in decaying matter.
Melting mushrooms. Wow, I haven't seen this since the 20s.
That's fair. I can't argue there. There we go.
That's not the one I want. That is. Where did it go?
Please don't say I'm having to stab somebody.
Dash activated it.
Yep. And while I'm at it, I am going to spend one of my unspent hit dice to gain some hit points back to myself. Since I can do that with
I
Wither
mean-
and Bloom.
Victor will look at Gasmo as Gasmo would move towards it, and Victor's backing up.
Like, nope.
Like, super run mode.
Perfect.
As far as possible in one movement, in one action before it is activated, sort of
Yeah.
movement. Yeah.
Yes. Which is like